4 years, 19 killers, 25 survivors. Multiply that by 3, and you have the amount of perks that were released as well. When I joined DBD, the most recent killer to be released was the Oni. When I left, it was the twins. I couldn't tell you for survivors if I tried. But then as sad as it is, I quit. I quit DBD, stopped playing DBD, and I missed it. I missed it a lot. And every day I wanted to get back into it. But every single day that I didn't get back into it, a new killer, a new survivor, a new something came out. As I had started the video, 19 killers, about 25 survivors had come out. That is a lot of people. There's a lot of new mechanics, it's a lot of new perks, and it was scary. The longer I waited, the harder it was to get back into DBD. Because when I had stopped, I knew everything about the game. I was proficient at most of the killers, I was alright at Survivor, I understood every single perk in the entire game. But one day I snapped. You could say I went crazy. I was streaming Satisfactory for the better part of a month, which, feel free to join my stream at twitch.tv/Spameal. I'm streaming most days. I don't have a consistent time yet, but I will get that in order. I did end up beating Satisfactory, and I needed a new game to stream. So I started looking at new games to stream. I tried Doom Eternal originally, but then I was like, this is a better game to play by myself. It's just chill, you relax, it's not a big deal. But then I was like, I wonder if I don't do a new game. What if I open DBD again? And so, opening DBD I went. Double-clicked the game, opened it up, and I was so overwhelmed I could not begin to describe it. I would say it was more overwhelming than when I had first started, because at least when I first started, I knew Jack. And I was a young, spry little freshman in high school, and I was excited to learn a new game. But having learned that game, having to come back to that game, and having to relearn everything, I didn't want to do it. And it was a seemingly rough task. And yet, the hardest things tend to be the best thing.
What did he say?
And today, that's what I'm here to do, is to share my journey of embarking back into Dead by Daylight. Because at least from my finding, I didn't find any good videos that had notified me of how to get back into the game. Because it seemed like a hard task. But before I start with my journey of getting back in, I'm gonna ask one of my buddies, who I somehow got to play DBD with me, and he is a 100% completely new player. His name is Cloudy Boy or Keanu, depending on who you ask, and I've played a lot of Survivor with him over the past week or so, and we are gonna get his initial thoughts on DBD. Hello?
What do you want?
How you doing, Keanu?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing well, man. Thanks for joining the call. I hope it's alright if I ask you some questions about Dead by Daylight.
Okay.
So, I guess we'll start off with the simplest thing. What do you normally play? Killer or Survivor?
Survivor.
Have you played any Killer?
A couple of rounds.
Couple rounds with who? Who'd you play?
Me, myself, and I.
No. What Killer did you play?
Oh, I played with Wraith.
Played with Wraith. How'd you like him?
He's pretty good. I like his feature of cloaking.
Have you it wasn't that confusing though, right? Like you found Killer to be pretty like straightforward, like kill Survivor,
yeah,
hook the Survivor, try to make them not do gens.
Yeah, that's pretty easy.
All right, I guess with that, do you like DBD so far? Like Killer and Survivor. So give a rating for both, like a Survivor and then a Killer side.
Oh, Killer, so far 10 out of 10, really fun.
Okay.
Survivor, 8 out of 10.
8 out of 10. What's the differential there? Just because it's a little harder to play Survivor?
Yeah, it's harder. There's more things to learn.
Yeah.
You know.
I'd say, and I think you'll just start to become like. You'll start to realize this, and as you become better at the game, you realize that Survivor gets easier when you know what you're doing. I mean, like, no duh, but Killer gets harder when people know what they're doing. When people know what they're doing, Survivor gets easier. When people know what they're doing, Killer gets harder. And you'll discover that more, and I guess that's a good segue into, like, what do you feel about the skill ceiling? Like, do you think that there's a lot for you to learn?
In the beginning, yes, because there's just lots of different killers. You don't know what they do because they all have different abilities and then different perks and stuff like that.
Would you say that that's
But
overwhelming? That there's like so much to learn?
it's a little bit, but if you play for like 2 days, it's pretty easy.
Meaning what? Like
Like
you're
you start to
more.
understand
What
you
was
start
that?
to understand what certain people do and what certain perks do and stuff.
Like kind of just the when you discover the baseline of the game, it becomes like more manageable to learn new stuff.
Yeah, a lot more manageable.
And so I think that answers my next question. My next question was going to be if it's, still overwhelming, has it gotten any better? And I mean,
It's definitely gotten better. The beginning was pretty confusing sometimes.
especially when I'm screaming at you, right?
When I miss a skill check, oh my god.
Yeah, you do need to work work on your skill checks. But all right, and then I guess the most important question of all of these: are you having fun with DBD?
A lot of fun. Jesus.
A lot of fun. Are you? I mean, I guess you're having more fun on Killer than Survivor, but would you say that the game is just like you enjoy playing both sides?
Yeah, both sides are really fun.
Why
Definitely recommend it to other people.
why would you say it's fun? Like, what do you like about it?
It's really challenging, and then if you figure it out, you get this feeling of accomplishment, and you just feel really great.
A great way of putting it. And then I get why would you recommend it to other people? Just because it's fun? Like, do you think it's easy to pick up? Like, what do you think?
I wouldn't say easy, but it could be something fun with friends or family.
Would you say that it's almost like it's fun to pick up because it's a fun game? Like, you want to learn it?
Yeah, I hesitated to get it because I'm not that rich. uh, um, yeah, and I was also like, bro, if I don't like this game, I would have spent $20 for not enjoying it, and then I got it on sale, and it's been really fun.
Hell yeah, man. And then I guess my last question is, do you think that DBD would be a lot harder without the use of external sources?
Yes, I've learned a lot by watching you play. I've learned a lot by watching YouTube videos.
Where can you find me? Where can you find me to watch me play?
Twitch.tv/Spameal. That's where you find him.
Thanks, man. All right, well, that's all I got for you. Thanks for joining. I hope you have a good rest of your day, man.
You too, bro.
Thanks, brother. Peace. For this part, this is now my journey of getting back into Dead by Daylight. I was going to put my webcam on for this, but I figured you guys might want to see my horrible Springtrap gameplay in the background instead of my face. If you are interested in my face, again, please take Keanu up on that offer and come join me on my stream, twitch.tv/Spameal. But yeah, let's get into my side of the story now. As you get better at something, and I'm not saying I'm amazing at Dead by Daylight, but as you get better at something, there is something called the dunce curve, I believe it's called. It's this idea that when you first start out something, you think you are so good at it, or you think there is so little to know because you don't know a lot of it. Ignorance is bliss in this scenario. But as you learn more, you learn that you don't know as much. You learn that there's so much more to know. And I knew a lot about this game. I enamored my life with it. I watched YouTube constantly. I streamed it. I played it most days. I loved this game. I still love this game, but like knowing this game, I knew it was going to be a chore to get back into. But I decided, as you guys figured out, that to get back into it. And, I took up a killer that I knew how to play. I started a game with the Oni, and I'm pretty sure I sucked. And that was the hard part, was sucking at the beginning, because I used to be good. And for old vets of the game, I would say that is the hard part, is sucking again. Because you remember your glory days. We remember when you were good, when you could, like, consistently kill people and consistently get wins and win 20 games in a row without a sweat. That wasn't the case anymore. And I sucked, and I'm still relearning how to play the game. I can say I'm proficient again. I am pretty good, and I'm the best I've ever been at Survivor because I've put a lot of time into it. But as you can tell by my gameplay in the back, not the best yet. And that's the hardest part, is sucking again. But do I think it's worth it? And how should you approach it if you want to? Let's start with the do I think it's worth it? Yes. This game is in the best state I believe it has ever been in. There is, of course, it is still a buggy mess. There's still hackers, but a lot of it is better. It's a lot more fine-tuned and it feels so much more clean. But how you should go about getting into it is a completely different story. I think with the new addition of the new prestige system, which I'll go over very fast, basically in the old days, as some of you old vets know, when you prestiged, it deleted everything you had. Teachables weren't taught, it was just a mess. Now how it works is when you prestige, your teachables are unlocked for every single killer at a certain level. If I get to prestige 3, my perks are unlocked at tier 3 for every single one of the killers. At 4, 5, and 6 is when you get the bloody skin. So now leveling your killers feels more rewarding, and that in and of itself was so nice. That is the biggest change they've made that has just changed my experience. You can try so many builds and so many different killers, like Springtrap. Look what I'm running. I've barely leveled him at this point. Now I have Barbecue level 3, Lethal Pursuit level 3, Eruption 2, Phantom Fear 3. Like, most of those, 3 of those, are from killers that I have prestiged and have the perks unlocked. Then the other side of that, prestiging your killers. Blood points used to be a massive issue back in the day. There was not enough of them to go around. The only way you could do it is farm tiramisus in the events, and even then, when you prestiged, all your stuff was gone. It was not rewarding to level up your killers, but now it is. And also with that, the blood points, there is so many. If you play Survivor, which I have been, it is a blood point farm. You get 2.5 times the amount of blood points most of the day because people don't want to play Survivor, they want to play Springtrap. But it's very nice. There's a lot of blood points going around. But with that comes the issue of spending those blood points. Because spending the blood points was always a nightmare if you saved up a ton, which I would do from time to time. And it would take you at least 30 minutes in the blood web just to prestige them. Now it's different. In this most recent update, they have just added that you can just buy levels. You can buy to a level with blood points, and it takes 10 seconds to spend all your blood points. It is one of the best additions, one of the best just quality of life changes this game has ever made. That's another reason why I think this game's in such a good state. And I think it's like the best time to join back because I think it can only get better. And especially with the addition of Springtrap, there's going to be so many new people alongside you if you join back to DBD. So many people. We were at our all-time high for this game. I think it was 104,000. It's an 8-year-old game, and we were at an all-time high. So many new people are joining. So many new people are going to fall in love with this game, and it's a great time to join back. That's not to say this game isn't without its flaws. I do think that some things in DBD can be fixed. It's still a ping mess. There is still hackers. I had a hacker run in the other week. It was crazy. But yet, the crap is outweighed by the good. And I think that if you give DBD another chance, it is worth playing. And I would absolutely love to see you out in the fog. Finally, to give you tips for joining back, I'd say keep a massively open mind about the game. Treat it like you're an infant. You will remember how to play, but it's nothing like riding a bike. It's like if your handlebars were reversed. You have to completely relearn it. You have a faint memory of how to play it, but for some reason, you can't swing that pallet, you can't loop the killer like this, you can't throw hatchets anymore, you suck. And it's gonna suck, and that's kind of the fun. You're a child again, you're learning how to play DBD. But then, once it clicks, oh my gosh, it feels so amazing. I mean, even this time around, I never played Survivor as much as I have this time. And I love it. It is a new side of the game that I have not played, and it is so fun. And I'd say another tip is play a side of the game you never played. If you were a killer main, play Survivor. If you were a Survivor main, try Killer. The reason it got so monotonous for me is I really only played Killer. I killed and I killed, but I never survived. I never thrived because of it. And because playing both sides, not only have I gotten better, I know how survivors think now. I know how killers also think. I learned how to loop. I learned how to anti-loop even better. You get better at the game, but also it's a completely other game. Because if you think about it this way, each killer is a different game you're playing. You have a different power. But if you play Survivor, you're having to play against every single one of those powers, and you don't know which one it is. But when you're just killer, you know what power you're going to play. Maybe you're a fantastic Oni, and you only play Oni and you don't play anyone else. It's the same game. Even if you play all of the killers, you are still only playing a first-person swing-em game. And I'd say that that's a fantastic segue into my final point of it is still the game that you love. If you love DBD, you are going to love it so much more. The devs are paying attention to what we want. There's new, unique perks. There's new, unique killers. It is so much fun and is the game that we have always wanted. Even though it was like this back in the day, it just keeps getting better. So please join DBD back. And if you need any tips on any of the new killers and survivors, I have my stream open. And if you can give me tips if you've been playing, I'd love to hear them. And that's all you're going to hear from me today about it. As for this video in and of itself, I don't think I'm going to make a lot of sit down and talk videos. I kind of want this to be a gameplay channel, but I think that for my first video, I should share with you guys my journey of DBD. And yeah, this has been the first YouTube video I've ever made. I really appreciate if you watched all the way through. If you watched all the way through, put a duck emoji in the comments. That's how we'll tell who's really in the Spamily. As for this gameplay you're seeing, it's a bit of a silly game. At this point in the game, all 4 of the survivors DC'd, and I'm not gonna lie, I kind of got looped at some points by the bots. They do all end up dying, so I'm not gonna play it. If you really want to see it, I can post it separately. It's not that crazy of a video. I will be making a playing Springtrap for 30 days video soon, and so this game will probably be in there, so look forward to that. And with that being said, make sure to subscribe, turn on notifications, so you can see when I post that Springtrap video. That's probably going to be the next one. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you have a fantastic rest of your day. Peace out, Spamily.
Alright, you know what it is. Homeboy, Spameal.
That's the meal. Chill with the field, one trick tank. But his skills are real. Building worlds with your name. Yeah, that is the deal. It's Spamily ride. Now tell me how you feel. I said that's the meal. Chill with the field, one trick tank. But his skills are real. Building worlds with your name. That's the deal. Spamily ride. Now tell me how you feel. He logs in, boots up, ready to grind. Marvel Rose man. Got a tank in mind, but he's not just growing. He's out here crafting and satisfactory. Automation is happening. Factory flow with the pipes and the lines. Only got him deep, pushing colony designs. He's cool with the change. Just say the word. He's got game, so I Sam's down to serve. Hey, that's new. Chill with the field, one trick tank. But his skills are real. But the world's taking names. That's the deal. Spamily ride. Now tell me how you feel. I said that's new. Chill with the field, one trick tank. But his skills are real. But the world's taking names. Yeah, that is the deal. Spamily ride. Now tell me how you feel.